What's up, everybody? My name's Godzi, and welcome to Random Japanese Text. Just kidding, it's called Umineko When They Cry Questions Arc, and the background music is a little loud. Fuck these seagulls. Anyways, yeah, this is a game I've been wanting to play. Now, just a disclaimer, I have seen the anime, which is an adaptation of the Questions Arc in particular. But I've heard that it's a god-awful adaptation, and that the game is a million times better. Plus, I don't remember exactly everything that happened in, the anime. So, yeah, it's probably a good thing to actually play the source material, if it's as good as people say it is. So, let's stop fucking around and just start it. Oh god, there's a bell. There's episodes? Well, I doubt this is going to be a 4-episode series, but I guess it's forced to be a 4-episode series now. So, Episode 1, Legend of the Golden Witch. Welcome to Niijima. The Golden Witch extends her heartfelt greetings. Please, take it easy and relax for the time being. There's no need to think overly hard about any of this. Quietly accept all that is about to happen. That is all that's being asked of you. The difficulty level is standard. We might as well at least start by taking the easy road. I can't read. There's apparently difficulty settings in this game. How exactly are there difficulty settings in a visual novel? I don't know. But whatever. Let's start. Another disclaimer, this is indeed a horror game. Or at least I think it's technically supposed to be, but whatever. New function, Tips Mode. In the middle of the game at any time, a right click with the mouse will open up Tips Mode. With the... oh shit. Here, besides the save and load functions, you can view character profiles and more. Additional information will be added as you progress through the story. Probably a good idea to take a peek here every once in a while. Left click to start the game. Okay. Also, I got Bandicam, so that's why my voice sounds better. This story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature. Okay, that's just a disclaimer. I didn't really have to read it. Whatever. Oh my god. We're already starting with an old man, and this music's loud as shit. I guess we'll deal with it being on 4. I don't know if you guys can hear my voice well over the music. I might need to stop the recording and check to see, just to confirm. Because if you can't, I'm gonna have to fix that. So I'll do that right now. Alright, I did some troubleshooting. Yeah, the music was louder than my voice, and after trying many things, it was impossible to do this with 2 audio channels and make my voice louder than the in-game music. Because, I don't know. Apparently turning down my speakers works with everything else except for this game. So, that's super fun. But, you know, whatever. I fixed it. It's been a few hours since I recorded the first 3 minutes, so now I'm actually playing the game. Isn't that fun? Whatever. So we got an old man here. I don't remember this dude. Again. Is there a button I can click to actually progress the text? Because I don't want to use the mouse as much. Because then I can just have my mouse off the screen. So, you still haven't overcome your love of alcohol. With the right... okay, the right arrow works. The old physician let out a sigh as he removed the stethoscope. 2 elderly men could be seen in the dimly lit study, which was filled with dust and a sickly sweet stench. This still feels way too loud, you know? That's better. I don't know if you can see that. In the corner of this room, which was much larger than what most people would call a study... okay, there we go. Was an expensive-looking bed, a man undergoing a medical examination, and the physician conducting it. There was also what appeared to be a servant watching over the whole scene. Oh, fucking... wow. So we have, like, a fat old man, and now we have a diesel old man. But, oh, this would work well, actually. The bottle is my friend. It is no less of a friend than you, and it has stood by my side even longer than you have. As the man bearing his chest for the stethoscope rearranged his clothes, he spoke unapologetically. His clothes are fucking weird. Like, he has this weird tarp thing of, like, I'm pretty sure you can see my mouse. He has this weird tarp thingy as acting as a jacket. He has this red button-up with a purple tie, and then he has this other button-up over it, with the cloak over that, with the tie going over that, and the top layer into this layer. What the hell? You have an interesting fashion taste, Diesel Grandpa. Kinzo, wait. Okay, so we're dealing with these honorifics, isn't that fun? I'm gonna ignore the honorifics because, frankly, I'm not Japanese, and I can get my point across without using them. Kinzo, your body only appears to be well thanks to the effects of the medicine. However, if you continue to drink such strong spirits, the treatment will become meaningless. Trust my judgment. Refrain from drinking. I thank you, though only for the sentiment, my friend. Genji. Genji! That is the old man's name? This tubby old grandpa is named Genji. Holy shit. Is this a sequel to Overwatch? Another glass. Water it down slightly. That way Nanjo can save face. Oh, no. Genji's a different person. Okay, it's Nanjo. Okay. Or Nanjo. Oh, God. Why are there so many old... Well, he doesn't seem as old. I can give him, like, some sort of servant voice. Are you quite sure? After eyeing both the master who demanded the alcohol and the family doctor who forbade it, Genji, the old butler, silently gave a slight nod and carried out his master's orders faithfully. So this could still be a sequel to Overwatch, you know. The family doctor, Nanjo, let out a deep sigh once again as he watched the butler busy himself alongside the liquor cabinet. There was a smell filling up the room. So what, his cabinet is in his study? I read books in here. I need to have alcohol in here so I can make it so I read books worse. This sweet, poisonous aroma felt as though it melted the heart, if not the soul itself. Jesus Christ. Alcohol doesn't smell that bad. Like, I hate how it tastes, and I do hate how it smells. But it smells like an optometrist's office. It smells like eyeglass cleaner. It even tastes like how it smells. Yes, I've had alcohol before. I don't drink it regularly. What I like to drink is this thing called soda, which is alcohol without alcohol in it, believe it or not. It was the smell of that venomous green drink that the man couldn't bear to part with. Green? Like, beer is, like, golden. What green drink is... I'm not an alcohol expert, clearly. Nanjo, you are my close friend, and we have known each other for quite a long time. I am deeply grateful for all that you have done to keep me alive this long. I have done nothing. Shit, I've changed his voice all of a sudden. After all, you never listened to my advice as your physician. Ha 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 ha. And you never listened when I warn you about a mistaken chess move you're about to make. It seems only fair, does it not? Chess is not cirrhosis, just so you know. Master. Thank you. I wouldn't die if I ran out of your medicine, but I would if I ran out of this. Disregarding Nanjo, who had his face set in a resigned expression, Kinzo took the glass that Genji was holding out to him. The names really suit these characters, I feel. It's just really nice how the names seem to fit every single character throughout this, this story. Because from what I remember in the anime, all the characters, they fit their names, I think with the exception of maybe a few, but it's like, if you think of a Kinzo, you do think of like this, well, I've seen Yowamushi Pedal, so I, most of the time, will think of Kinzo from Yowamushi Pedal, but whatever. You think of someone who's burly and strong and speaks very fluidly. He's confident. And when you think of a Genji, you do think of someone... Well, I think of someone more badass. But it still fits this guy, because he He seems like he could be a badass. I mean, every old man in anime is a badass. Inuyashiki, Ajin, etc. Very few people would associate that venomous color with an alcoholic beverage. What, is it like some weird concoction? I don't know who's speaking. I think it's Kinzo. Nanjo, be honest with me. How much time do I have left? Well now, how short must I make it to convince you to set the bottle aside? Nanjo once again let out a sigh of resignation. Then he finally spoke to Kinzo as the latter swirled his glass. You don't have long. What precisely do you mean by that? Let us illustrate it with the chess game here. You have very nearly achieved checkmate, but you have not yet cornered my king. Huh. Nanjo's gaze was directed at a side table with a massive chess set placed on top of it. Judging by the positioning of the pieces, the game seemed to be entering its final stage. What, did you take a break to do a checkup? Black's rook and bishop were cutting deeply into enemy lines. I don't know what chess looks like. Well, I know what chess looks like, but I don't know a lot about it. White's king had already been castled and cornered, so that even an amateur could see that the match would reach its conclusion before too long. I don't see where the king is. Is it the one in the bottom right? Okay, I guess. Every time Nanjo came to give a medical examination, both of them would make a few moves. How do they remember what to do? Are they just like, Kinzo starts losing and he's just, like, say he's black at first, he starts losing, the next time Nanjo comes over he's just like, oh yeah, I was white, you remember that, right? I could have sworn I was white. Nope, I was white. You're not, you're just a doctor. You're not smart, you went to school for 8 years extra. I dropped out when I was 16 to resort to a life of alcohol and horseback riding, because I was probably born in the 20s. Because this game, I think, takes place in the 80s or something. I don't know. Nanjo was hinting that Kinzo would most likely fall into his eternal sleep before this game could be concluded. Huh. These were less the words of a physician than they were the words of an old friend. Were you a normal patient? I would recommend that you write a will at this point. And what is a will, Nanjo? Handwritten instructions to the vultures on how to devour and scatter my corpse? No, not at all. I was being sarcastic. As the word suggests, it is a way for you to record your will for later generations. It is far more than just a means to divide up your inheritance. Huh. And apart from the division of the inheritance, what might I write of? You might write of your regrets, or matters you have left unfinished. Things you want to pass down to others, or merely matters you wish to communicate. Anything you want. Probably Kinzo again. Things I want to pass down to others, or matters I wish to communicate. Ridiculous. Okay. I, Ushiromiya Kinzo. Oh, I'm sorry. I, Ushiromiya Kinzo. Sorry, I had to get that joke in there. Have not one thing I want to tell or leave behind. I was born with nothing. I will die with nothing. There is nothing I wish to leave to my foolish children. Even if the end were to come today, even if it were to come right now, I would accept that fate of death without a trace of fear. I created everything. My fortune, my prestige, everything. Those were built up by me, and they will be lost along with me. There is nothing I wish to leave behind. Nothing. After I'm gone, I care not if it all goes to waste. I desire no tomb, no coffin. Jesus Christ, I'm anime as shit. Those were the terms of the contract I made with the witch. When I die, everything will be lost. That has been part of the promise since the beginning, and that's why nothing will be left behind. There is nothing I can leave behind. Damn. After reaching a furious crescendo, Kinzo suddenly slumped over. His expression was limp and feeble, as though an evil spirit had possessed him and then left. Probably Kinzo again. However, I do have one regret. I have nothing to leave behind, but there is one thing I cannot leave undone. You would do well to... Oh, Nanjo? You would do well to write it down. Of course, it would be best if you could finish it before your time comes. However, even if the worst happens, those who come after you will carry it to completion. You must leave behind your regrets so that they can be resolved, even if you are unable to do so yourself. That is the purpose of a will. When Nanjo tried to gently pat Kinzo's shoulder, the dying man flew into a sudden rage and batted away Nanjo's hand. Unhand me, fiend! It's useless, useless, useless! It must be done while I still live. At the moment of my death, my soul will be devoured by the demons of the contract and wiped out of existence. For me, there will be no peace or another world after death. That's why everything must be completed before I go. That's why a will has no meaning for me. And even if I had a chance to write such a thing, if I did have such a chance, I'd want to see it. I want to see it one more time. I want to see Beatrice's smiling face one last time. I think that was the witch. Probably. Oh, Beatrice. Beatrice. Oh, Beatrice. Why have you resisted me for so long? I'll return everything you have given me. I am prepared to lose everything. So please, show me your smile just one more time. Beatrice, I beg of you. You must be able to hear my plea. That's the kind of woman you are. I beg of you, show yourself to me. You're here, aren't you? You're standing there, invisible, listening to every word I say. And even now you're mocking me from somewhere in this room, aren't you? Please, appear before me once more and smile. Feel free to scold me, even snatch away my life by your own hands if you so desire. I don't want to die alone like this. I cannot let myself die until I've seen your smile just one more time. Ah, Beatrice. Beatrice! I offer up this life of mine. I offer it up to you. I'm begging you. Beatrice! I don't like screaming in my videos, so I'm not gonna do that. It's one thing to actually, also, apparently we have an opening sequence here that I will talk over because, fuck if I know. Shit, what was I talking about? Never mind. Oh yeah, I don't like screaming in my videos. Like, it's one thing to actually get into character and pretend like I'm actually acting. Because I think I'm half decent at that, but it's like, I don't want to scream. What's with the art? I thought it was more detailed than that. Wait, this game was updated a few times. Maybe they updated the art and they just didn't do it for the opening sequence. Yeah, they did, because that's Kinzo in the back. That makes sense. One thing I remember about the anime is that its opening song was really, really good. And this sounds like it's probably made by the same person. It's not the same song. Oh geez, don't spoil the fact that there's insane people in this. Wait, that must have been in Kinzo's alcohol bottle, wasn't it? Because I remember Kinzo kind of takes a back seat in this. Like, he's an important character. Everyone's important in this, actually, but he just doesn't really exist as much. The first day, October 4th, 1986. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I figured... I thought it took place in the 80s. Who the fuck is speaking? If I don't know, I'm just gonna use my normal voice. Whoa. Things sure move with the times. I can't believe we'll be able to make the trip in just 20 minutes. I couldn't help but scratch my head and marvel at how far things have come in recent years. Oh, I think this is the main character. We used to go by boat. Back then, we were all forced to endure nearly half a day of swaying back and forth over the sea before we reached Niijima. Things have gotten... It's weird switching between my normal voice and my racist voice just to make a simple joke. And I only do this with Japanese words. It's like if you throw some Chinese words in front of me that I don't know how to pronounce, like Jean Luo Hua, and I'll go because it's just not as funny. Things have gotten so much more convenient these days. They invented planes last week. It's the 80s. I don't know if planes existed in the fucking 80s. Jesus Christ. They existed, like, early into the 20th century. I know they at least had them for World War II. I don't know if there were planes in World War I. I'm not a history nut. Still, I've never been on a plane this small. I've flown in a huge jumbo jet before, but this will be my first experience in such a tiny one. That's what she said. Huh. It's gonna shake, isn't it? That's what she said. They say smaller boats shake more than big ones, so I guess the same rule probably applies to planes. Just spare me. Oh, God. You. You see, why are your eyes so far apart? Whatever. This guy would probably work with my regular voice, but I'm gonna give it more of like a classical regal voice, I guess. So more like, instead of being like, ha ha ha, it's gonna be like, ha ha ha. That works. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Battler. Fuck the honorific. It shakes much less than that boat did. Oh, yeah, this is the main character. He looks way older than he was in the anime. How old is he supposed to be? Because I remember this guy on the right is older than him, but the guy on the right looks younger than him. The age difference was much more prominent in the anime. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna give him my normal voice, even though he could do with a deeper voice, but I don't really care. And these weird Japanese onomatopoeias, too. Gya? Is that you, George? Don't scare me like that. You just shaved 3 years off my life. It's way more than 3 years, Battler. Or Bottler. I'm gonna call him Battler, because I don't fucking care. Anyway, what's shaking got to do with anything? Ehehehe. What the f... It's weird. Like, it's one thing watching anime when they use these, like, kakakes and hee-hee-hees, but it's just weird reading them. You don't think I'm actually scared of the plane shaking or maybe falling out of the sky or something, right? Oh, of course not. My mistake. I see you've changed a lot since we last saw you. After all, it's been 6 years since then. You're not a kid anymore. Sheesh, and here you are, old enough to smoke and drink. He's at least 21? Jeez. Or, no, it'd be 20, because Japan... Yeah. Okay. I've got no interest in smoking, but I've always wanted to try some booze. Well, if you've got your dad's genes, I'll bet you can hold your own when it comes to drinking, right? Well, I usually drink for business rather than pleasure. It's pretty hard to do business in Japan without it. Ehehe. I can't do that. That's exactly right. That's why I never miss a chance to get in some practice. That's no good, Battler. You're still a minor. Excuse me, what? This dude looks at least like 19, 20. Hell, he looks like 25 even. George, you look like you're 17, 18. How old is he? What? Don't you know alcohol can stunt the growth of, never mind. Come on, I'm tall enough already. In fact, it'd be easier to find clothes if I shrunk a little. I puffed my chest out proudly. Until I hit my growth spurt, my height was below average in my class. But then I grew and grew, and before I knew it, I'd passed 180 centimeters, 5 foot 11 inches. Yeah, I forgot. Japanese people are... I think they're on average shorter than American people. Because I'm 5 foot 10. Which is... like, it's tall-ish, but not that much above the average. But I know, like, 180 centimeters and up in Japan is, like, ridiculously tall. So, yeah. I guess I have all that muscle training and those shady mail-order performance-enhancing drugs to thank for that. What? Before then, I never dreamed that I'd shoot 10 centimeters above George, who'd reached his peak height early on. Damn, I'll bet my relatives all say, "Look how big you've grown, Battler," or something. It's all so embarrassing. I wish they'd just give me a break. Anyway, my name, Battler. Well, it's pretty damn weird, don't you think? I've gotta wonder what my parents were thinking when they named me that. I don't even battle! How can I be a battler if I don't battle? I've never met anyone who could read it right the first time. I usually get called Sento. Sorry, but that's not even close. Well, clearly. Okay, I know that that's meant to be like a reading of the kanji, or katakana, or hiragana, or whatever the fuck Battler is written with. Probably kanji. But, yeah, it would be kanji, because the rest all have the same reading. Some kanji have different readings, I think. But it's like, come on, you could have at least put, like, Bob. I usually get called Bob. Sorry, but that's not even close. I should probably stop criticizing this game for being too Japanese. My name is written... Never mind, I'm gonna keep criticizing this game for being too Japanese. My name is written this shit. Can you read it? Nope. The first part is my family name, Ushiromiya. That's a fairly plausible Japanese pronunciation so far. Isn't that a normal... Well, I don't think it's a common name. It's not like Sato or Jin or Goda or whatever. The problem is my given name. Is made up of the characters for fight and person, and it's pronounced Battler. Battler. Oh, well, that's apt. Put it all together, and you've got Ushiromiya Battler. Pretty crazy, right? It's crazy enough that my parents decided to call me that, but it's even more crazy that some government worker let them make it official. I mean, America's not much better. Northwest. How to make your children get bullied in high school 101. Both groups are at the top of my must-kill list. You'd be surprised who will be at the top of your must-kill list. Anyway, this is one of my cousins. His name is fucking Y. Pronounced Ushiromiya George. He's 5 years older than me, so he must be turning 23 this year. You're 17, man. I'm 17. Like, the height difference isn't much, but it's like, your chin is sharp enough to cut a fucking watermelon. Jesus Christ. Well, that's just an anime thing. Even George has a relatively blunt chin. He can probably, like, crush garlic or something. I don't know. Since the Ushiromiya cousins consist of 2 boys and 2 girls, I ended up playing with George all the time. Please don't say his name is weird. And because I've always thought of him as a big brother, I still call him... Whatever, I'll read it. I still call him Aniki today. Oh, God! Ooh, Battler-kun, look how big you've gotten. I accidentally read the honorific. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe I'll actually read them. You know what they say? Leave a boy for 3 days and you'll hardly recognize him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hello, back problems. Fucking what? Like, I know Japan goes a little overboard when it comes to cantaloupes and gallons of milk, but that's just... Why? It must be in his blood. Rudolph wasn't that tall either until his high school years. Perhaps people end up taller if their growth spurt comes late. Nah, it's nothing special. A real man needs to be tough on the inside, too. Exactly. Battler here knows how it works. Real men win or lose based on what they've got on the inside. Can't ever forget to keep up your training and discipline. You gotta do that. Wait very alertly for the perfect moment, and strike. What the hell did that have to do with anything? Now, I never even imagined that I'd become the company president I am today, master of my own domain. Yep, to think I've come this far after starting out penniless and ruined. I totally didn't get my, wealth from my wife. This stout, plump old guy is George's dad, Uncle Hideyoshi. He has a normal name, for Japanese standards. He's the husband of Dad's older sister. You can just say his brother-in-law, but whatever. In other words, we're not blood-related, clearly. He's nice to children, sociable all the time, and even quick to give out some spending money to us kids. Simply put, he's an awesome uncle. He seems it. He speaks in an odd and very noticeable Kansai dialect, but he's actually a natural-born Kanto man. I'm a Pokemon master, bitch. Apparently, impressions are everything in the business world, so speaking in a different style than other people is an act that makes him stick out more. However, I hear he gets embarrassed when talking within earshot of a real Kansai person, so he switches back to standard Japanese. I don't really get it, but he's definitely an interesting person. If only you weren't so quick to brag about your life story. That's enough for now, I think. I'm sure Battler's getting tired of it, aren't you? Nope, not at all. Hi. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's pretty cool for a man to have some stories he can brag about. I don't have anything like that at all. Oh, really? I'd imagine a man with your looks would leave girls crying left and right. I can't believe you have nothing at all to brag about. What? You're joking, right? Of course nothing weird like that's ever happened to me. Heck, I wish it would. I want to make people cry. Come on, you aren't fooling anyone. You must tell your aunt all about it later. After all, nothing of the sort ever happens to George. I heard that. This is George's mother, Aunt Eva. She's my dad's older sister. She and Uncle Hideyoshi are a pair of jokers, and they've always teased me, back as far as I can remember. This sometimes made them a bit hard to get along with when I was small. Well, I guess the events of the last 30 seconds prove that they can still be hard to get along with. Even so, George's family is interesting and fun, and they seem to get along just fine. Sheesh, that's pretty much the total opposite of my family. Why, what was wrong with your family? Oh god, it's back problems again. Battler, have you seen Rudolph? Huh? He headed off to the bathroom a while ago. Is he not back yet? Maybe the poor geezer dropped dead. Namu. Namu. That's no way to talk about your own father. Still, this isn't the first time he's taken so long in the bathroom. Yeah, the guy's always been that way. Does he really have to take a magazine with him every time he needs to take a dump? And what on earth, that's not a real contraction. And what on earth is he doing in there with those particular magazines? Oh, you don't need to worry about that at all. Since we've been together, I haven't let him do that on his own. Ooh, I'll have to get the juicy details later. Fucking weirdo. Sounds like Dad's got his balls in an iron grip. You know exactly what would happen with that man if I didn't keep a tight grip, don't you? No kidding. You're the only one capable of reining in that old bastard. As his son, I'm more than happy to let you take over. Yes, leave it all to me. After all, that's my specialty. She looks like she's dressed kind of as a police officer, maybe? I don't know. This woman is my father's wife. Her name is Ushiromiya Kyrie. As you can probably tell from our conversation, she's not my real mother. Yeah, that should be obvious since you were being more buddy-buddy with her, as opposed to mother-son. She's basically my stepmother. My real mom died 6 years ago, and Kyrie is the woman Dad married afterwards. It's understandable for someone my age. I could never bring myself to call his new wife Mom. And I doubt she feels like using the word son on this massive kid who's no relation to her at all. We aren't little kids. We know there's nothing to be gained by fighting. Okay, it sounded like there was someone at my door. So we decided that we wouldn't force ourselves to pretend that we were family. I've decided to act a bit more frank with her, acting as though she's a friendly neighbor instead. It's much easier if we just keep a little distance, instead of forcing ourselves to act all close and make each other uncomfortable. I need to breathe in between my sentences. Kyrie has always been very open about all this, and thanks to that, we've been able to get along pretty well. Then, just when we were bad-mouthing Dad about being in the bathroom, the man himself came back, wiping his hands with a handkerchief. Ah, goddammit, I got shit all over my hands. That voice actually fits him, kind of. Battler. Actually, no, maybe a deeper voice. Hey, what's up, Dad? Ow! Don't pinch my ear. Yeah! So you've been talking trash about me with Mom again, haven't you? What makes it so hard to show a little respect for your father, Ow, 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 ow. Damn it, that hurts. You can stretch my ear all you want, but I'm not going to be able to fly. I'm going to make you Dumbo, you little bitch. Please don't, please don't. Ha ha ha. Ah! That hurts. Come on now. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. Now say, Father, please forgive me for being so rude. Like hell I will. Go find yourself some members-only store if you want it that much. Yeah, let go. This old bastard is my dad. What are you talking about? Are you monologuing again, Battler? I think I'm pretty tall myself, but Dad's just about as tall as I am. Are you gonna throw random Japanese text on the screen again? It's no surprise Aunt Eva started talking about Dad's blood when she saw my height. Aren't you taller than me? By the way, my height isn't the only thing I got from him. You're damn right it isn't. It seems having weird names runs in the family. Oh god, here comes your weeb text. Dad's full name is written... God damn it. You can't read it, can you? No! Come on, it's just... It's like they're self-aware, the localization team that translated this. Anyway, this guy's name is pronounced Rudolph. I want to punch him in the nose and make him a reindeer. Haha, he must hate grandfather for giving him that name. That's not a bad name. I mean, in Japan, it's probably weird as shit, but whatever. So, that's no reason to pass that weird naming tradition on to me. My dad's name is Kinzo. My name is Rudolph. I hate my dad. I'm gonna make my son hate me more by naming him, Let's see, I'm gonna look around my room. There's a statue of Link from The Legend of Zelda. He battles people. Therefore, I will call my son Battler. And make the pronunciation Battler. As the old bastard twisted my ear all over the place, Aunt Eva snuck up behind him and grabbed his ear. It looks more like she's poking him with her fan. Hey, Rudolph. You should know better than to physically abuse your son. Ah, that hurts. Fucking... This scene perfectly illustrated the relationship between the prankster younger brother and the older sister who could deal out punishment to him despite his size. I think that's good enough for now, Eva. I'll make sure to stretch out his other ear later on. Oh, my apologies. I must leave some pulling for you to do, Kyrie. Rudolph, make sure Kyrie gives you lots and lots of punishment later on, okay? Oh, god damn it. You're one to talk, abusing your little brother like that. Hideyoshi, I'd like to thank you very much for picking her up. If you hadn't been so generous, she'd still be unsold in the store. You have my gratitude and apologies. What? Who are you calling unsold? After taking 2-3 steps back, Aunt Eva unleashed one of her beautiful high reverse roundhouse kicks. Oh god, what? Which stopped just a centimeter away from the tip of Dad's nose. Oh god! After starting out with Tai Chi Chuan for her figure, Aunt Eva then developed an interest in the Chinese martial arts. After that, she went through karate, taekwondo, capoeira, and what is it she's learning now again? Well, anyway, they say a woman's weapons are in her lower body, and that's literally true for Eva. Well, those arms aren't gonna do much. Wait, what the fuck? Look at her gloves. It's like one of them goes all the way up to just below her shoulder, and the other's just a glove. Then she has her family emblem, I'm assuming it's her family emblem, tattooed on her left arm. Well, what is with the fashion styles of some of these people? Like, I can understand to some point the weird Chinese dress and Rudolph's actual suit, but it's like those gloves are weird. Rudolph? Did you know that a single direct blow to the side of the head like that would knock you unconscious? Not so long ago, I accidentally connected in a practice match and my opponent was out cold. Sheesh, what a pain. I'm so sorry she can't help walking like a freak. Dad, completely unfazed, shrugged and smiled, ironically at Uncle Hideyoshi. Wah, never had a brother or sister myself, so when I see you two bickering with each other, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It sure is nice to have a big family. Well, then why not consider making a little brother for George? He's already a fine adult who's about to go off on his own, so it might be a good time to have another child. Hey, have a little sympathy for the new kid, and all the pain and suffering he'd have to live through. I'm surprised even George turned out as well as he did after being born from this sinister sister of mine. I like that alliteration. That's very nice. And what an awesome kid he is. Please share some of that with our blockhead of a son someday, will you? That's not at all how it happened. It's thanks to Eva's proper rearing that George became the kind, gentle kid he is now. Isn't that right? Oh, come now. You think so? Why are our voices so similar? Our George still has a long way to go. A long way to go. This is something I tried to make a meme and then I didn't do it. But Nico B did and fucking whatever. Get out of here, Ryoma. You fucking little midget. I got nothing. By the way, how's your little Anj doing? Anj, I forgot about her. I heard she was vomiting. Oh, that's right. And I was hoping to finally see her face after such a long time. Is she okay? She often catches a cold when the seasons change. She's very frail. I did want to bring her along, but we decided to have my family look after her this time. I think that's a wise move. She'll heal a lot better if she stays away from that venomous head family household. A child's health is always more important than an adult's convenience, don't you think? Who fucking said that, Hideyoshi? Why do you have 3 people on the screen? Technically 4, there's that dipshit in the background. I know of some great medicine for vomiting colds like that. When we get back home, I'll send some to you right away, so please let her try some. Thank you very much, Hideyoshi. I'm always in your debt. And once the conversation suddenly veered off in that direction, we kids didn't have any chance of butting in. For now, I'm just happy Aunt Eva gave Dad his just desserts for tugging on my ear. Oh yeah, I forgot I exist. Jesus Christ, my throat is all fluckapuck. Fuck this phlegm. Shit! Are we still waiting for the weather report? George pointed at the counter. The checking weather sign was still stuck next to the departure time sort of flight we were scheduled to board. According to George, smaller planes are more subject to winds and other effects of the weather, and it's not at all uncommon for flights to be delayed because of that. Wait a sec. We are totally sure it's not gonna shake, right? I like the bold. It's good emphasis material. From down here on the ground, it just looks cloudy, not windy. Well, I guess it's different up where the planes fly. The weather's a bit uncertain today. Aunt Eva looked at a TV in the lounge. The weather forecast was being broadcasted, informing us that a typhoon was approaching the Kanto region, carrying the Mongol Empire. A typhoon again? Guess there's no helping it, with the annual family conference being held in October. Couldn't you have chosen a better season? I agree. I've always hoped we could have it sometime around the Obon Festival in mid-August. In that case, why don't you suggest that to Father and Brother during the conference? Very funny. Why don't you do it yourself? Our brother would never listen to anything I suggested. No way. It doesn't really bother me that much to have it in October. I was just saying you might want to propose it, since you said you hate typhoons so much. I only said that typhoons always come around this time of year. You're the one who said you wanted to move it to the Obon Festival, right? Well, you said it too last year. Didn't you say that it would be easier to fit into your schedule if we had it during the Obon Festival? I never said anything like that. Oh, yes, you did. I certainly wouldn't forget something like that. No, I didn't. You're the one saying that all the time. Didn't you know? Stopping a kick just a hair's breadth away from impact is a very high-level technique. Sheesh, women your age shouldn't spread their legs like that. Then they started fighting. Dad and Aunt Eva's argument looked no different from a couple of brats quarreling. Even though they usually behave like normal parents, they turn right back into kids again when they meet their siblings at these family conferences. You're the one who looks like a real adult, analyzing it all calmly. You have a notepad, writing down their battle techniques. Wait, are you planning how to fight your family? No, not at all. I'm gonna put that back in my pocket. I hope I never turn out like that old bastard. I'd much rather end up as an intellectual adult like you, bro. Like me? Oh, I still have a long way to go. Motherfucker, that just had to come out now. I still have very little experience out there in the real world, and I need to work on becoming more confident and sociable. I think you far surpassed me on all of those counts, Battler. I'm sure you outstrip me fast enough when you become an adult. George scratched his head and laughed, as though trying to hide his embarrassment. Of course, he was just being humble. George entered a university and became an apprentice at Uncle Hideyoshi's company at the same time, studying both academics and how to become a business emperor in parallel. Then right after graduating, he got into Uncle Hideyoshi's company as his father's aide. Piling up a lot of real-life experiences, he devoted himself zealously to his work. This is super detailed. Like, I don't even think this airport scene was in the anime. I don't think it was at all. They just started at the main setting on the island. His great dream is to one day stand on his own and build up his own kingdom. George is a real paragon of a man, sparing no effort as he strives towards his goal. It's no exaggeration to say that I really respect him. And then there's me. I'm nothing at all like George. I'm living my happy-go-lucky idle school life to the max. Idle high school life to the max. I've got no dreams for the future. Same. I just like to sit back, stay cool, and let the money flow in, but of course that can never happen. Just become allié. Duh. When George was my age, he had already formed an impressive objective and then started devoting himself towards studying for that goal. So I guess I can't compare at all. My dad just says, "Sure, you can study at my company if you like cleaning toilets." Damn it, I'm not gonna be in the debt of that old bastard. I'll find my way myself. If only willpower was all it took to become an adult. Technically it's just time and not dying. Should I go on one of those self-searching journeys that are all the rage these days? I could go to Europe. That sounds cool. Well, it's not like I can mooch off my parents for that kind of money. But my grandpa... Hey, Grandpa, write your will to me specifically. Okay. You're actually a nice kid. George is too. I'm gonna give the money to George. What did I just say, Grandpa? No, you hate me. Right then, Uncle Hideyoshi shouted out loudly. He's a really nice person on the whole, but he does have a problem controlling the volume of his voice. When I looked over, I saw that he was granting Aunt Rosa, who had come late. Who was that again? Oh-ho! If it isn't Rosa. Maria, long time no see. Oh, I remember now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, her. Natsuki voice. Yeah, that's the only thing that would work. Long time no see. Ugh. Ew. Okay. And now we have another voice that's gonna be too similar to Eva and Kyrie, but fucking whatever. Maria? Shouldn't that be, "It's good to see you again"? Greet your uncle properly. Yeah. It's good to see you again. There you go. Well said. How about some candy as a reward? Oh, huh? Where'd I put it? I stole it. Rosa, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you too, Maria. It's been too long, Kyrie, Hideyoshi. And... oh my, Battler? Look how big you've gotten. Ah, shit. I knew this was gonna happen again. Ah, come on. It's embarrassing hearing that from every person I meet. Hey, Rosa. You're late. If the plane was on time, you'd barely have made it. I'm sorry. We had some trouble making our train connection. So are we waiting on the weather again? Oh, don't complain. I much prefer the 30-minute plane trip to spending 6 hours bouncing about on a boat. Even if we're kept waiting here for an hour, it's still much faster overall. Maria's gotten huge, too. So how tall are you now? So, how tall am I now? Maria parroted Uncle Hideyoshi's question, looking up at her mother. I guess she doesn't remember her own height. She's probably right in the middle of a growth spurt, so her height must change every month. Give it a few more years and she'll suddenly start looking feminine. Just how tall were you the last time you got measured? You keep getting bigger and bigger, don't you? Right? I fucking already hate doing that. If this ever gets popular, I don't want people to make a fucking separate video counting every time I have to go, because that'd just be annoying. I think she's grown a lot since last year. Let's see, she turned 9 years old this year, didn't she? 9 years old. Yeah. Is she just gonna end all of her sentences with capital U, lowercase u, hyphen, period? I don't want that. That's right, you're 9 years old now. Glad to see you're doing well too, Maria. Up you go. I guess you've gotten a bit too heavy to play airplane with. George, what a rude thing to say to a lady. I've already fucked up my own voice. Here, I'll do it. Up you go. Yeah. When I went to lift her up in George's place, Maria stiffened defensively, staring suspiciously at my face. Ah, that's right. The last time I met Maria was 6 years ago, and she was only 3 years old. Of course she doesn't remember my face. Maria, don't you remember? It's Battler. You used to play together, remember? Yeah. No surprise, I guess. The last time she met Battler, she was only 3. You don't keep memories at that age. She must know everyone's face apart from mine, because she meets them every year, but I haven't had contact with the Ushiromiya family for about 6 years now. So it's no surprise that this 9-year-old girl doesn't have any memories of me. Even I can only just barely remember her being a 3-year-old crybaby. Maria? This is Battler. Rudolph's son. She sounds like more of a bitch when I have to skip the honorifics so it reads less fluidly. Understand? The brother is the son. Huh? That ooh sound was probably her brain going to overload at that complicated explanation. I guess the phrasing of that was a bit confusing. Well, fucking whatever. Ni or Oni, the title you'd use to refer to an actual older brother, can also be a friendly honorific for a boy who's only a bit older than you. It's just like Ne or One, the word for big sister. Maria, this is Battler. He's your cousin, like me. Like George? Battler. Cousin. Eh. That's right. You got it. This part of George is what makes me really look up to him. For someone who isn't married, he's just great at dealing with kids. I'm sure he'll be an indulgent father in the future. Battler? Maria looked straight at me with a questioning expression, as though asking whether it was okay to call me that. Yep, that's me, Battler. Nice to meet you, Maria. Battler. Maria! You mustn't talk to him like that. Call him Battler that shit. Battler that shit. That's alright, Aunt Rosa. I don't sweat the small stuff. Hey, Maria. We're close enough that we don't need honorifics, right? Battler, Battler, Battler! That's right, Maria. Fucking, I feel so dodgam fucking... God damn it. Ooh. We horsed around for a while to make up for the 6-year gap in our friendship. She probably still thinks of me as nothing more than a big new friend, but things will probably work out as we get to know each other again. But I'm surprised. She's just the way I remembered her being 6 years ago. Seems that people just don't change that much after all. I'm a bit happy that she's still a pure innocent girl I remember. And cue Seinfeld theme, or fucking the Seinfeld jingle. I haven't seen Seinfeld. Oh, this shit again. Her name is written that shit. Of course, that shit is pronounced Maria. The third character looks like a cross, which is pretty cool. Okay. Her feelings don't usually show up on her face, so it can be difficult to know just what she's thinking. But that's just how she looks on the outside. On the inside, she's just a sweet, normal girl. Then there's Maria's mother, Aunt Rosa. She's my dad's younger sister. Rosa is written that shit. Here's a name that's totally not Japanese. Sorry to say it, but her name's almost as ridiculous as Dad's. Rosa's not a ridiculous name. Rudolph, sure, but... I've got to respect her for not ending up as screwed up as he is. When I think about it, all the names in my family sound foreign. Just why is grandfather so obsessed with that? Because of him, even we grandchildren have to put up with this weird naming sense. It's even more annoying since grandfather's own name is perfectly normal. Yeah, the game's self-aware at least. Anyway, there's one thing about Aunt Rosa that's a relief compared to the other family members. The old bastard and Aunt Eva have this annoying urge to tease and mock people all the time. But even though she shares their blood, Aunt Rosa isn't like that at all. She has the most common sense among all the siblings. Like Uncle Hideyoshi, she's a kind aunt who will always be on the kid's side. However, possibly because she's more strict as a parent, she's not liberal with handing out spending money like Uncle Hideyoshi. Okay, so she's a normal person. Okay, now we have the entire group of family members who are going to board the plane. There was a fourth sibling, and the last cousin, but I guess they don't matter. At that moment, as though it had waited for us all to arrive, an announcement rang out through the lobby. Our apologies for the delay. Boarding will now commence for Flight 201 to Niijima. We ask that the passengers please form 2 lines in front of the counter behind the white line. Rosa, you still haven't gone through boarding procedures, right? Hurry up. Oh no. Maria, come on. Fucking... I'll get used to that eventually. It's just so weird. We had to go through a metal detector before going out on the runway. Our small plane wasn't as massive as an international flight, but it was still a plane. The staff member holding a metal detector checked us all. Once all of us cleared the check, we followed the staff member out onto the runway. Come to think of it, everyone here is in the Ushiromiya family. It's like this is a reserved charter flight or something. Our group stopped in front of the entrance to the airplane. Then our guide turned around and spoke, looking down at the passenger list as he did. Boarding will now commence. As I call out the names on the passenger list, please take your seats in order, starting from the front row on the right side and going right to left, then on to the next row. I will now begin reading the passenger list. Ushiromiya Hideyoshi. Oh, I'm first. Right here. By the way, do you have some candy, Eva? I've been looking all over for some, but I can't find any. Ushiromiya Eva. They're in my handbag. Handbag? Where's your fucking handbag? I'll get one once we're inside the plane. I've heard that candies are a good way to protect your ears from hurting because of variations in atmospheric pressure when landing or taking off. That's probably what they're talking about. Hope I get a window seat. Hahaha, don't worry. There aren't any other kinds of seats. As George said, there were apparently only 2 lines of seats. So this is what a small plane is like. We are totally sure it's not going to shake, right? Ushiromiya George. Right here. Don't worry, Battler. It won't shake too much. Ushiromiya Battler. George, what do you mean not too much? You can just swim if you fall from a boat, but if a plane crashes, you're screwed, right? We all get our own parachutes in our seats, don't we? Wait, we don't? Ushiromiya Rudolph. Come on, Battler, stop standing there slack-jawed and get in. Ow, Dad, don't push me. We don't get parachutes. Ushiromiya Kyrie. Okay, you two, stop fooling around. Let's move on in. Ow, Kyrie, don't push me. This blockhead isn't moving. Ushiromiya Maria. Let's move on in. Ushiromiya Rosa. Maria, be quiet. And she just screams over, Maria! This is your pilot, Kawabara. We'd like to thank you for taking New Tokyo Aviation's Flight 201 today. We estimate that the flight to Niijima Airport will take about 20 minutes. We are receiving reports of atmospheric turbulence. There may be some shaking of the aircraft, so we ask that you do not unfasten your seatbelts after takeoff. I hope that sounded good enough. George, did that guy just say we needed to wear seatbelts? In a jumbo jet, they let you undo them after takeoff, right? So it's gonna shake so much we can't take them off? Damn it, you tricked me. It's gonna shake after all. Where are the parachutes? I knew I should have taken the boat! What? Horror visual novel, quote-unquote. Legend of the Golden Witch. Spooky! Can I... I'm pressing the right arrow. Can I skip it? Okay. Ah, oh, come on! Ushiromiya Battler. Are you just gonna go one at a time at this rate? Okay, no. Ushiromiya George, Ushiromiya Jessica, Ushiromiya Maria. We haven't seen Jessica yet. Okay, continue. Ushiromiya Kinzo, Cross, Eva, Natsuhi, and Hideyoshi. We haven't seen Cross or Natsuhi. I don't remember those two, actually. Rudolph, Rosa, Kyrie, yeah. Oh yeah, Rosa didn't have a husband. Well, at least she just has one kid. Nanjo, Terumasa, Shannon, Goda Toshiro, Ronoue Genji, Kumasawa Chiyo. I forgot Canon, because I can't read. I don't remember most of these people. I think I slightly remember... Was it Kumasawa? I think. Like, that was an old lady, I'm pretty sure. Okay, at least I went quick through the names and didn't go, this is the name of the chapter. Here's the first character. Here's the second character. Here's the third character. Okay, we're done. Should have taken the boat. The boat. Foul! Foul! Maria, that's enough! But what a surprise. I thought there was nothing that could scare Battler. This guy can't handle vehicles for some reason. Always yells about falling and sinking and stuff. You're a disgrace of a man, you are. Oh, shut up. That thing was seriously shaking way too much. I just got a little stressed, since it was my first time on a small plane like that. You call that a little stressed? Sounds like it'd be fun to take an overseas vacation with you, Battler. Would you like to go to Egypt with your aunt? You'd get to ride a plane for a full 14 hours. There's a good plan. Battler, you should go let Eva toughen you up some. Still, it's so hilarious. Now. Everyone's got their own strong and weak points. It's bad to laugh at them. Daddy, you're laughing too. Hey, Maria, you shouldn't laugh anymore. Shouldn't laugh anymore? God damn it. Is being scared of planes really such a big deal? Some people are afraid of Beatles. Like, come on. Their music isn't that bad. Dun 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 dun. That was probably way too loud. Everyone obviously thinks I'm a big oaf now. By the end of this, if we have chuz throughout this whole thing, I'm gonna get the roughest, spittiest in the world. World record. You'll hear all the particles going straight into my microphone. That's an image. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. From there on, we would be taking a boat to the island. The islands are right next to each other, so the distance of the trip wasn't that great. By boat, it was a leisurely 30 minutes to the island. Well, with this amount of detail, it's going to be 4 hours. When we reached the pier where the boat to the island was anchored, we saw a figure waving at us. Who? Oh, her. Yeah, that's Jessica. This is one of the characters whose name didn't fit them, from what I remember. But, whatever. Fucking what voice should I give her? I remember her being somewhat violent. Maybe... What did my Undyne voice sound like? Whatever, I'll just try to make something. It's hard to think of voices for characters. Whatever, I'll just go with something. George! Fuck! It's been so freaking long! Yeah, that works. Ah, Jessica, it's been a year since I saw you. You've gotten taller again, haven't you? Yeah, don't give me that. It's embarrassing when you say it every year. Hey, George, you've gotta be kidding me. Is that really Jessica? Wait a sec, George? Is this big guy Battler? We both stared at each other. She definitely didn't look like that in my memories, but I do remember her crazy way of talking. Yo, Jessica, what's this now? You're kidding me, you look like a woman now. What are these, boobs? You even managed to get a chest. Haha, incest is funny. Ehehe, let me rub 'em. Let me. Don't screw around with me, I'm a blushing flower of 18. Of course my hair grew longer and I got these. What, you think I got boobs just to get fondled by you, loser? And speaking of you, sure you got all ridiculously huge, but did you get a bit stronger too? Don't screw with me. I'll show you how much training I've done since back then. Yeah, she's similar to Undyne. You're pissing me off. I'll beat you at your own game. This headstrong girl's name is... She was born under the same unlucky star as me, sharing the same kind of weird name. Anyway, it's pronounced Jessica. She's Dad's older brother's daughter. You can just say your cousin. That older brother happens to be the oldest son of the Ushiromiya family. So for now, it means Jessica is the direct family heir. What? Oh, okay. I'm stupid. Since Jessica and I are the same age and sometimes had little boy-girl squabbles with each other, we've always been used to fighting and joking around together whenever the relatives gather. Jessica grew more quickly, so she always had me beat in terms of size and physical strength. When we scuffled in a contest of strength, it usually went Jessica's way. So even though I realized I'd grown bigger, part of my mind was still convinced that I couldn't beat Jessica. Whoa, what are you getting all serious for? Ow, ow, ow. Hey, this is nothing. Jessica, you've gotten weak. Shut up. I'm a girl. So of course I couldn't beat a guy with physical strength forever, right? You can just be like your Aunt Eva and be a total badass with back problems that don't matter, cause you can roundhouse kick a fucking jaw off. Well, you've got a point there. The meat I put on my arms all went to your chest. It looks like it'd be a pretty even test of strength between my arms and your boobs, don't you think? I told you, my boobs aren't for you to feel up. Besides, how about you? Did your cute little elephant son get a bit bigger to go with the rest of you? Stop it, idiot! No, you perv! I'll be ruined for marriage. Don't touch my crotch! Don't say stuff people are gonna misinterpret. Honestly, I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I had to joke around like an idiot to hide it. Well, considering what a bossy brat she was 6 years ago, anyone would be surprised. And I guess she's just as surprised. She probably wasn't expecting to lose to me in a test of strength. After losing that easily, she must be shocked at how much I've grown in the past 6 years. 6 years? Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was. Crap, total defeat. It's like I'm no match for you anymore. That's not true. Even Battler must have his weaknesses. Right, Maria? Fall! Shh, cut it out, Maria. Let's keep that a secret, okay? Fall? The hell are you talking about? Is that George? Sorry, but there's no chance you'll... Oh, that's Battler. Haha, sorry, but there's no chance you'll see that weakness of mine now. After all, the nightmare plane trip is already over and done with. Only thing left is a nice quiet splashing of the boat ride. Never thought I'd start loving that piece of junk boat this much. Hee. Huh? George, is there something wrong with his head? You'll understand soon. Very soon. At the time, I didn't get what George meant by that big smile. Oh yeah, her. What have we here? Ooh, Battler, how big you've grown. Not again! Who's it this time? It's an old lady with an apron. Oh yeah, that takes me back. I remember now. You remember her, right? It's Kumasawa, the servant. I could never forget you, Kumasawa Grandma. After all, you haven't aged a bit in these past 6 years. If anything, I'd say you're looking younger than ever. Ho! Lately my skin's been getting quite smooth and silky. And look, hasn't my chest gotten bigger as well? How'd you like a little feel? You're kidding, right? My breast fondling is strictly limited to bouncy girls. Oh, I was quite bouncy in my youth. What is with this game's humor is... It's funny. It's just ridiculous. Don't be shy. Fondle to your heart's content. Yeah, give me a break. It's the girls I'm looking for, not grannies. The jokes I'd cracked about Jessica were being turned against me. Come to think of it, Kumasawa has always been the type to tease people. Kumasawa, stop that now. People with one foot in the coffin shouldn't jump around. So sport with the young is the most rejuvenating medicine. Ha. It's rare for you to come pick us up, Kumasawa. I wonder what's gotten into you. Usually your lumbago kicks in whenever someone gives you a job to do. I don't know what the fuck lumbago is. Hee. Ho, Eva-sama, you're as harsh as ever. I forgot to skip the honorific. I found myself with some urgent purchases to make, and while I was at it, I thought I would come welcome you all. Although, it does give a bad impression if the one waiting to greet you is a decrepit old woman. Ho. Aunt Eva spoke sarcastically, but Kumasawa's years of experience were nothing to sneeze at. She was more than capable of smoothly and coolly deflecting that comment. Well, it feels bad to say it, but old Kumasawa may be past her prime as a servant. She might act as though she's in good health, but between the headaches and her lumbago, her body is wearing out. To tell the truth, the very fact that she's still working is impressive. How old is she this year again? She must be pushing 80 at least. It's incredible that she's still able to act so cheerily. You seem to get more and more... You just seem to get more and more lively. Oh, that's right. Here you are. It's the tea I told you about before. Look, I bought you some. Please do try it later on. Aunt Rosa took a souvenir bag out from her suitcase. To think that she remembered a promise that she'd apparently made last year and faithfully brought it. This sort of thoughtfulness was just like Aunt Rosa. She wasn't the kind of person who would forget or break a promise. Kumasawa seemed deeply touched. Not only that Aunt Rosa had remembered this year-old promise, but that she would bring a gift to a simple servant like her. This woman is Kumasawa Chiyo. That shit. Oh, fucking excuse me, wow. She's a senior servant who's been working at the Ushiromiya head family household for many years. As you'd expect from someone her age, manual labor isn't her strong point. But she's the kind of super servant who can handle just about anything else. From kitchen work to cleaning and laundry. Seems like her only flaw is a tendency to slack off. I hear she tries to get away from heavy or troublesome work by playing up her chronic diseases. In Kumasawa's case, this was probably a sign of craftiness rather than laziness. Though it probably doesn't impress those paying her salary. Ah well, even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I can never dislike her. I guess it's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile. Hey, glad to see you're still in fine spirits. How's your back doing then? Even with the medicine, it's not getting one whit better. According to the doctor, nothing can be done for this one. It's what you might call an incurable disease. Ho ho ho. Anyway, Jessica just keeps getting prettier. Good thing she takes after Natsuhi. Really? Personally, I don't think we look alike at all. I mean, I don't even want to be like my parents, because I got zero respect for them. Now, you shouldn't say such things. Though, there are quite a few people who don't want to be like their parents in our family. Ah, that's me. Hi. You sure as hell better not take after me. Your nose looking like mine already pisses me off. That's Kiria, yeah. What are you talking about? You're surprisingly alike, you and father. Come on, you can't be serious. Just how am I like Dad? Wait, what? What? What happened there? You're a lot like him, especially in how arrogant and prideful you are. Oh, they were talking about Kinzo. Father's blood is especially strong in you and brother. Wouldn't you say, Rosa? Oh, absolutely. Kraus and Rudolph are almost unbelievably like Dad. Oh, Kraus is the older sibling. Okay. Alright already. Why am I the only one under fire from the girls? Hideyoshi, give me a hand, please. My, Rudolph, you're always so popular with the ladies. I'm jealous. Wahahaha. Ho ho ho. As usual, you're popular enough to make me jealous. Well then, everyone, shall we head over to the boat? Come now, Maria, let's get on the boat together, okay? Get on the boat together. Ugh. Everyone gets on together. Ugh. Fuck! I hate doing that, but fucking I don't care at this point. Hell yeah, this time I'm not gonna be scared. I'm used to being shaken by the waves. With that piece of junk fishing boat, I'm less afraid of the shaking than the engine breaking down and the boat drifting off. Oh yes, Battler, I forgot to tell you. That fishing boat was completely worn out, so it was taken out of commission a few years back. Now we get taken to the island in a different boat. Oh, right. It's Battler's first time in the new boat. It's super comfy, and freaking fast. It can go at crazy high speeds. Oh. That means less travel time, right? That sounds great. Having to worry about sinking is less scary than being on a plane, but it'd still be awesome to get it over with as quick as possible. Ugh. Is Battler going to go fall again? It's only on airplanes. Everything's fine now. Anyway, it's the captain's pride and joy. A kind of modded high-speed boat. Seems he's got it pretty souped up. He was bragging about how he attached 4 base high-efficiency propellers to make it break 40 knots or something like that. He talks about it all the time, so I've sort of memorized the spiel. Yeah, I've got it memorized too, since we hear about it every year. Got it memorized. Axel! Wrong game. I haven't played yours yet. Get out of here. The captain says he's been obsessed with modding ever since he lost a high-speed contest with a foreign boat ages ago. According to him, that opponent managed to break 30 knots with just a fishing boat. And his thirst for a revenge match got him to build an awesome, all-new, super high-speed modded boat. I'm sure you'll just love it, Battler. Super high-speed modded boat. My first thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any moment, but for some reason, I got this feeling of foreboding. Probably just overthinking it. Popping my elbows. Because I can pop my elbows. Okay, yeah, this seems like a great place to stop now. Because I've been going for over an hour. It is 10 p.m. So, yeah, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, and I'll probably upload this every 2 or 3 days. It depends on if I want to do a third game, along with this and StarCraft, but we'll see. I think I have something in mind, I just have to decide if I want to do it. Regardless, if you liked the video, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name's Godzi, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!